Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to BakaArts, and today we have some Diablo 3 gameplay. Let's do this! Oh, look at that shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Tree. Die. Tree. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna play Diablo 3. I'm gonna teach you how to install stuff in Photoshop because a lot of you have been asking me how do I install gradients, patterns, I don't know, brushes. Some people don't even know that. So let's do this. Okay, so the first thing that you will have to get is obviously the files that you are trying to install. For example, I have a script here for Photoshop. I have some patterns. I have some styles, some custom shapes, swatches, and some brushes. Now let's see what each of these things do. So the only thing I'm not going to demonstrate is the script because I don't want to use it. But basically import folder as layers. So it just imports the images in one folder in a Photoshop project and in separate layers, like with the images being on separate layers. So instead of just adding them to Photoshop and just pressing enter until you got all of them, it just imports them automatically. And next we have the patterns. So let me just demonstrate how these actually work. So I'm just going to zoom in and I'm just going to grab some patterns here. This is our pattern tool here, the pattern stamp tool, for example. I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to select a pattern from the stuff they already installed. And basically what they are seamless images. They have no end. They repeat themselves, and these are great for website backgrounds because they don't take a lot of space, and you can tile them, So which one should we choose? I like this wood one. This here. Oh, we actually have some Minecraft grass, as you can see, but I'm gonna use this wood one, for example, which I use for my BakaArts website. And I can actually brush, and as you can see, it looks natural. It doesn't look too repetitive. And yeah, these are patterns. And next we have, what do we have? Styles. Yeah, styles. What do styles do? You may have seen backgrounds that have metal-like features to it on YouTube. Um, Stuff that some guy named Triangle used to do. I don't know, YouTube stuff. But basically, what styles are quick and easy effects that you add to the layers. So I'm just going to hide this wood layer, and I'm going to, for example, brush some pink circles with a round brush tool on hardness 100. And I go to my styles here. You can get it right here by going to Windows and then Styles, and then a window is going to appear right in this corner, like adjustment would, and you just drag it. For example, here, I'm gonna make a tutorial on dragging stuff. Why not? Um, so with the circle layers that I just have here selected, I can actually add layer styles to it. Like I saw some bubble ones. Yeah, these are the ones. And now our circles look like bubbles or like drops of water on, I don't know, some glass. Then we have this thing that makes them look metal-ish. Where is it? There we go. And it looks pretty cool. And yeah, there are some crazy layer styles, and these can be applied to text, to shapes, to basically anything that can go on a layer in Photoshop, except adjustments, obviously. I think we have the shapes next. Yes, shapes. What are shapes? Basically, they are these things here. This is your shape tool here. It may be by default the rectangular tool. It's under this black mouse symbol, which is the path selection tool. And you just right click it and go to, for example, custom shape tool. And here on top, some box is going to appear, and you're going to click it, and you have all these shapes here. Like, for example, I have this social media pack. Check this out. This is YouTube. I'm gonna make a new layer and just add YouTube. Oh, and as I said, you can add. Let me rasterize it. You can add layer styles to it. So I'm gonna click, for example, here, and it's gonna add this layer style to YouTube, and it looks pretty cool. And What else do we have? Swatches. Now these are swatches for the color swatches that appear here in my swatches. I have these yellow transitions here. Let me just click on the. I wonder what color are these. I just double click. Oh, okay. Well, that's a lot of stuff. Wait, okay. I have to delete. No, actually, it's pretty cool. Check that out. That was a big file though. Anyway, yeah, I just added some swatches. For example, right now, I just double click the file, and they are colors, different shades of different colors. Um, Next, we have smoke brushes. How do we use the brushes? Basically, you could just go to the brush tool here. It's under this eye. It's called a brush tool. Just press B on the keyboard, and it's going to take you to it. And you can just right-click here and choose, for example, also the pencil tool, which makes stuff more pixelated. But we don't need this. So brush tool, right? And I'm going to go here, and you have quite a bunch of brushes, but we need the smoke ones that we have there. So I'm just gonna go here to this gear icon, and you can actually select which brushes you want to use. And as you can see, I have quite a bit. It's not much. Like before, I had brushes covering my entire screen, um, but I just removed the unnecessary ones, and I have them here already installed and ready to use. And yes, replace, or I can append them. Um, no, don't save, and I can actually just add the brushes on the on the layer. But how do we install all these? But there's just one single folder that you need to go to install all of these. So I'm just going to select them. I'm going to put them on top and basically go to your computer and then double click it in C or wherever you have Photoshop installed, and now go to program files. This is in German, so I have program and stuff like that, x86, because I have a 64-bit system, and I double click it, and then I go to Adobe, and then I go to Adobe Photoshop CS6. I have CS6. I don't know what you guys have, but anyway, just go to it. And oh, question time. Why do I have blue folders? How do I do that? Basically, I have this little software called Rainbow Folders, and I can actually right-click on the folder and just swap the colors here. I can make them purple, green. It's like the Mac that you can right-click and just mark a how do you call it? You can color the file or folder that you have. So yeah, we have the presets here, the presets folder. This is our important folder. You double click it, and I mark the important folders that you as a graphic designer would use normally in your regular day. So we have the actions. I can just double click, and then here we have the actions. And in the actions, um, obviously the action files go. If I create a new action and I, for example, do um, some sort of distortions or add some layer styles to my project, it's going to record it, and you can stop the action then, and you can just play it again for other files. So basically, it's stuff that records what you do in your project, and then you can apply what you did with the actions on future projects without having to go through the same adjustments again with just the click of a button with your new project layer selected. So yeah, ATN files, those are actions, and they go in the actions folder. Then we have brushes. Obviously, here go the brushes. I have them right here. I'm going to make some of these available available for download in the description. I think tomorrow because it's Friday and yes, no work. So um, then we have color swatches. Oh, let me just drag this digital smoke brushes. Come on. I think I already yeah, I already have it obviously. And then we have the color swatches. You can also install the color swatches by double clicking it. So there's not really a need to drag it inside, but they stay temporary in Photoshop if you don't actually put them in the folder. They're not going to be installed there permanently until you switch to some other swatches or delete them. And then we have the custom shapes right here. And then we have the gradients, and then we have the patterns and the styles. Now the gradients you can also double click, I think, and or you can just drag it in here so it stays permanently. I suggest just putting these files in their respective folders. Oh, and then we have the scripts. Obviously, I think I didn't mark it because it's not that important. But what scripts do is just do certain actions in Photoshop, just like actions. Yeah, you can call them actions. And then what do we have? Another way that you can install these things, for example, brushes, is by clicking on the brush icon here, and then click on the gear icon here, and then load brushes, and it's going to take you to the Windows Explorer or Mac uh, Finder or whatever, and you can just select the folder or the location of your brush and just double click it and load it into Photoshop directly. As I said before though, make sure to install them permanently by moving them in these folders. Please do that. It's very important. You can load anything here with the gear icon. Yeah, just click on the gear icon whenever you have a gradient selected, or as you can see here, I just reset gradients. Okay. Oh, and the append is really important. You can select, for example, another gradient color harmonies, and if you click append, it's going to add an extra to these gradients, and you can actually do this for all of these gradient samples and just merge them, then save them. For example, click here. Where do you save them actually? Okay, here, save derp, and you can actually save the gradients wherever you want to save them on the desktop, and then you have one single file for all your gradient. That is fantastic, but it can be also messy. So, yeah, now you know what styles are. Now you know what actions are. Now you know what the swatches are. Now you know what custom shapes are. Yep, custom shapes. Oh, these are vectors, by the way, so you can just resize them infinitely. They will not lose quality. It doesn't matter how big is it. And Jesus Christ, why do I have the dotted line selected? There we go. We're smooth now. So, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm sorry for the advanced users if it was a bit too easy, but remember that I have beginner Photoshop uh, subscribers that also want to learn what you already know. So deal with it. And oh, by the way, don't forget to check out Play Coon, which is my new channel. I will link it in the description. And also make sure to check out BakaArts.com for the tutorials. And I'm kind of proud of the site design, because it looks cool. So yeah, make sure to check it out. Yeah, that's about it. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I actually missed anything, I'm just going to simply put it in the description. My name is Darius, and I will see you tomorrow with a new tutorial, which is going to be a full-on tutorial on brushes. We're going to learn a lot of shit about brushes tomorrow, so stay tuned. Cheers.